Hello and good afternoon. I'm here in the old Roman ruins of Tangiers in Morocco, North Africa. Just on a little break, just to just relax and just lay down and unwind. Really, it's a lovely, picturesque city, Tangier. Everyone's friendly, full of friendly locals, and this old Roman ruin of the old Roman town of Tingis sits here as the behemoth. Well, not really a behemoth, but as a reminder of the city's founding past. And it is kind of kind of it kind of speaks to me about Spurs' position right now. And it is intriguing last couple of weeks, really, isn't it? The games that we played with the men and the women. Sorry there haven't been any videos that have come out. It's just been kind of a strange period, really. Just been able to go to the games, been able to get the footage, but just having a lot of technical difficulties and stuff like that. But it's been an intriguing last couple of games, hasn't it? Especially for the men, which have seen us lose two games, one in the most heroic of fashions, and the other in the most dismal of fashions, really. And that's down to just the number of changes that they've had in the team, really, especially after the Chelsea game, where we were brilliant, weren't we, in the first 10-15 minutes, when we had 11 on 11, and Chelsea couldn't live with us until they started getting more into the game, and then our players started getting a bit more rash. I have a feeling that they just got into the Chelsea players got into our heads a little bit, and we took the bait, especially Romero, Udogie, 2 yellow cards, 2 rash challenges. Apparently, he could have been sent off earlier as well, so maybe he should have been taken off, who knows. But he's had yellow cards and he's towed the line quite well, but obviously he fell for that one. Sterling, of course, being the diving little idiot that he is. And so from a 1-0 win, or a 1-0 lead, we then lose 4-1, and it was very heroic as well. I mean, even when we were down to 9 men, it was only at that point, I think it was like 2-1, and we had very good chances. Son had a chance, I think Kulusevski had a chance. We had numerous chances, and then late on, Chelsea got the other 2 goals. So you already seen that one, so don't need to go over old ground. But the Wolves game, that was started off in the same way, a nice early lead. Brennan Johnson scoring his first goal for Spurs, of course, and then we didn't attack. It really was poor. It really was. We just kind of sat back, and that's not really how Postecoglou plays. I know a lot of fans are trying to blame the players that came in. Dyer for one. Davies was brilliant in that game, wasn't he? It was a complete rock at the back. Nothing went past him. And the thing that is inbred in them that they'll always sit back. But and Højbjerg also played in midfield. He didn't do the job I thought he was going to do. It just looked like we had 3 defensive players in midfield, which of course stifled our attacks. It meant that the front 3 were the one doing all the going forward, and if you don't have the support from midfield, then that's always going to fail, and that's kind of what happened, really. And they scored 2 very late goals to win it, and although maybe a draw would have been a fair result, defeat was harsh, but you have to say it had been coming. So I haven't looked at the league table. I haven't looked at it since the Chelsea game, actually, so I have no idea. But knowing the group, they're talking about us being just in the top 4. As you know, I don't really care about top 4. It's either win or bust for me, and also we're about to bust. But in the end, it's all good. I mean, it's still a work in progress, as we have been saying, and as you have known, I've said that I do kind of see us challenging in a season's time, or maybe even 2 seasons' time, if Postecoglou gets to work on the team as he wants. I'm not going to go down the road of back the manager, because he has already said many times that he has complete control of transfers. So if nothing happens, he says blame it on him, that he's the guy to take the blame for it, and that's fine, that's fair enough, that is cool. So that's how it's going to unfold. I haven't seen what the table looks like, but yeah, I mean, after the Chelsea game, Well, we lost 4-1. You can say that we played so well, and we were very, very proud of how we performed. Against Wolves, you can't really say the same thing. I just left that whole place feeling so dejected for a different reason, and that was because we didn't really lay a glove on them. We didn't really lay a glove on them at all. And then, and so that's the last 2 games, 2 defeats. I mean, after the Chelsea game, Postecoglou lost his 3-year unbeaten home record, which is bad for him, and it's unfortunate. But after the Wolves defeat, I'm not quite sure. I haven't seen the press conferences. I mean, after the Wolves game, I then flew out here to Morocco. So there's the eastern Tangier there, as you can see. It looks very picturesque, doesn't it? Very picturesque. So yeah, that's the men's team. It's it just does kind of show that, as I said before, that we do need to I mean, I did say that we need to get rid of every single player that has been in this squad for the last 4 or 5 years, and start afresh. And it's kind of showed, because when the first 11, when they've been decimated, as it kind of has been, really. We had 4 players out. We had Romero out, Udogie out, but he's going to be back in the next game against Aston Villa. Van der Ven was out because of a hamstring injury, but it looks like he's going to be he's already back in training. So was it just a twinge? I have no idea. And Maddison was out because of ankle ligament issues. Sorry, bugs everywhere. And Richarlison decided to have a operation on his was it his groin? Can't quite recall. We started our operation there at a very difficult time for us, so we were down to missing 5 players on top of it all, and so that's half the usual first team. And so when we had to bring in new players, it just kind of showed, really. Although I have to say Johnson played very well in that Wolves game, but then kind of regressed. Hill came on, and it was good to see him, but then after starting brightly, he then kind of regressed. So it's a case of I guess the leaders that we usually have in the first team: Maddison, Romero, and Sonny was looked very, very knackered, but there's only just kind of one leader in that case. So 2 of your main 3 leaders are out. It kind of shows, and that's kind of how we played, which is unfortunate, really. But yeah, so when January comes, and there's only about 5 weeks away, we do need that overhaul, like I said. And I know there are many fans who are kind of saying that we didn't do enough, but it's never going to be a case that every single change was going to happen within the first 10-15 minutes of the summer window opening. It never was. So it's a case of building slowly, building up brilliantly, building better, and also building more intelligently, and then building that mentality where we try and play the Postecoglou way, and also do our best to maintain that throughout the ages and age groups, I should say. And when you see the academy team currently 11 wins from 11 in the league, you know that something's going right, and they're playing in a similar kind of way to Postecoglou, as you can see. And as you said, just to show you a bit more of the wooded area around the Roman ruins, which is kind of cool. And yeah, the young lady's just going off for a little bit of exploration. It's a lovely warm day here in Tangier as well. But and speaking of the ladies there, let's move on to the ladies. As well, in the last 2 games I've been able to go, unfortunately, but there have been 2 home games against the Merseyside opponents, and against Liverpool and against Everton. I first played Everton a couple of weeks ago, and it was a very good performance. We absolutely dominated the game. Grace Clinton scoring a goal there to put us 1-0 up, and then they scored a late penalty. I don't even think it was a penalty, actually, but it was what it was. And we drew that 1-1. And then last weekend we played Liverpool, And Celine Bizet Illusoy, she has to do her own little Maradona-style goal when I'm not there, doesn't she? It's crazy because I've always known that she had it in her, and just haven't got to see it. But this time we got to see it, and it was impressive. She just picked the ball up from the defender inside her own half, ran the length of the pitch, minimal opposition, and just buried a great goal. That was 1-0. They then equalised, I think, with about 20 minutes to go, and although we dominated the game, again we couldn't find that second goal. So I would say that's 4 points dropped really in the last 2 games. But currently we are lying third in the WLSL, 5 points behind Chelsea, who are the leaders. But yeah, I have every confidence that if we can get that extra bit of firepower, especially when Beth England comes back, and the work we've done at the moment. There's Martha, oh, my memory's gone. But our Scottish striker there. She's actually been doing quite well. I know she hasn't scored in the last couple of games, but she's actually been a fantastic not a replacement or a deputy, but a brilliant striker for us. And I have to say that when Beth England does come back, that we're going to have a fantastic firepower up front, and that will fire us up where we want to go. And I do believe that we will be challenging for a Champions League place, if not the title. And it'd be good to see Robert Villeham lift the title for Spurs. That's what I said at the beginning. I'll see us challenging for Europe. That's my minimum. Whether we get Europe or not, that's another thing, but I'll have to see us challenging for it. For the men's, it's pretty much the same really, just to see an improvement really. But yeah, that's it for us. Just it for today really. Just thought I'd bring you a nice little update, and we shall see what happens. It's international break, of course, for the men's, and yeah, so I'm just getting kind of crawled on by these bugs here. But there's international break for the men's, so England will be playing, of course, and every other international side that our players hail from. For the women's, it's carrying on as normal. I did see a game of the African Champions League while I was here. Mamelodi Sundowns of South Africa, the women's team this is, taking on I think it was a Libyan side, and I think they won 1-0. It was a good goal as well. But yes, so we shall see what happens this coming weekend. I shall be back on the Sunday, where we play, I think it's Leicester that we play away from home. Obviously I won't be going for that game because it's going to be quite tight, and I do have to work for a living. But yeah, thank you for listening, thank you for watching. Let us know what you think of the men's and the women's team, and write out the comment below. And until the next game, I shall hopefully be doing the well, not a follow along, but just a review of the Leicester Spurs game, the women's team, on Sunday, so look out for that. But once again, thanks for watching. So I'm going to get back to my holiday here in Morocco. I shall catch you soon. Come on, you Spurs, you all take care.